Alright guys, so we're going to be looking at two simulators today. One of them has to do with friction, one of them's got to do with gravity, and hopefully both of them are just going to help you guys be able to understand the forces that go into movement a little bit better. So this first one we're going to look at is this gravity simulator right here, and some of the things that affect how strong the force of gravity is the mass of these two objects, since these are the two pulling on each other, and the distance between them. So the first thing we're going to look at is when you change the distance of them, you guys can see that the farther apart that they get, the force of gravity goes down. And as you guys can see, the force of gravity is always the same on the two objects, because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if we bring these two together again, you see that it goes back up, and then if we go over here, you can increase the mass of, this is object 1, and it's getting bigger and the force is increasing, but both forces are increasing because the force is always the same between the two objects. You can't have, if you jump, you technically pull up the earth as much as it pulls down on you, but since the earth is so much bigger than you accelerate faster than the earth does. So the other simulator that we're going to look at is this one over here that has to do with friction. And these are the atoms of this chemistry book and this physics book. So when friction is when the atoms of two objects are rubbing together against to either prevent movement or during movement. You can have either kinetic or static friction. So right now it's static friction. They're not moving. As you can see by this thermometer over here, it's not really increasing. If it starts to move, you can see that the heat increases because the force of friction is increasing, because the atoms are moving together. If you rub something together fast enough, or something is moving and the kinetic friction gets so hot, things will break down just like that. So hopefully these two simulators, I know they're pretty simple, but hopefully they've helped you guys understand just how friction works and how gravity works and how those forces can affect the movement of something.